Hey, what's going on, guys? Ben Simon here. Today I'm bringing you another video, and today I'm going to be doing a part 2 to a video I posted previously, which is where I cut every player on a team and sign only free agents available and try to see if we could make the playoffs. And last video, sadly, we were not able to. So now this video, I'm going to re-sign everybody and see if next season we are able to get over the hump and make the playoffs. And first things first, I have to go into the re-signing period and bring everybody back. So I'll catch y'all after I do that. Okay, so after offering contracts to everybody, we have re-signed everybody. I gave everybody like triple what they wanted because there's no salary cap, so I could get everybody. But there's one person that was not interested in signing, and that was Everson Griffin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to franchise him so he won't leave, and I guess he'll be making less than what I offered him. So there is that. So I'm just going to jump into the next week, and I'm going to go over to Trade Center, manual trade, and I will be giving away all of my picks, so that way we don't have any rookies on this team, and so we can run it back with the same squad. So I'll be back after I do that. Okay, so now I will be simming to next season, and I will show you all the roster after I do that. Okay, so the team was a 83, I believe, last video, and now after one season and a regression from most players, we're down to a 77 overall. Antonio Brown is one of the main people that get worse, and on defense, we have Everson Griffin getting worse, but Jadeveon Clowney actually goes up and Logan Ryan stays the same. And Ron Parker goes down to below 70, which isn't ideal, but I still believe in this team to be able to work together, and they have a season under their belt together, and hopefully for everybody they're able to make a repeat, but actually be able to make the playoffs this time. So there's not much to do after that, just to upgrade the players and then sim over to mid-season mark and hope that we do better than we were doing at the mid-season of last video. So now the simulation of the going to the mid-season.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
So we're now at the mid-season mark, and if you look up top, our last game was a win, so hopefully that's a good sign. And we are 5-2 at the top of our division, only one game above the Ravens because they have an extra loss, and that is a good sign that hopefully we'll make the playoffs as long as we don't blow this 5-2 record right now. We will be well on our way onto a playoff berth. So once I upgrade everybody, which I just did, I will be going to the playoffs, which hopefully will be in. So now, the moment of truth, will we be making the playoffs? We will! We went 11-5, and now we'll be going against our division rival, the Browns, who went 9-7 in the wild card game. So let's go ahead and look at the stats from the season and see how we were. We were worse in offensive yards from last season, which was higher than that. But defensive, we were 7th, and points scored, we were 13th, and points allowed, we were 1st in the NFL with under 300. So let's see how Cam Newton did. If I remember correctly from last video, he had about 800 more yards last season, but he got his interceptions down, but his passing touchdowns also went down. But I mean, we got to the playoffs, so there's not much you can say. And Devontae Freeman this season was able to get over 1,000 yards, and LaShawn McCoy was able to get more than 2 touches from last video, and he got 300 rushing yards. And it looks like Cam Newton led our team in rushing touchdowns with 6. Doesn't look like we were easily getting into the end zone via rushing. And let's go for receiving. We have Taylor Gabriel getting over 1,000 yards by 6 and getting the most amount of receiving touchdowns with 12. Antonio Brown just below him and Jordan Reed with 746 receiving yards and 4 receiving touchdowns. And let's go to defense, where we have Zach Brown leading us in tackles. And that is pretty good to have over 100 tackles. Linebacker is something you want to have as their main leader in tackles. Last season we had Jonathan Joseph leading us. We have 13 sacks from Jadeveon Clowney, which is really good. And leading us in interceptions, we have Prince Amukamara with 4 and Eric Berry below him with 3. And then many people with 1. And did we have any defensive touchdowns? It looks like we had at least 1. We had 2 with Prince Amukamara and Darius Phillips. And let's see, if we attempted more field goals than 15 like last video, we attempted 4 more with 19. Steven Gostkowski had a 64 field goal percentage with almost perfect extra point attempts. He was perfect last season. And punting, our punter actually had a better average than last season, which to me this is insane to have over 50 punting yards on average. So now that we've made the playoffs, our goal has been achieved. It took 2 seasons, and now we'll see how far we can get. Let's see if anybody improved in overall, and see if any morale is boosting anybody. It looks like morale is boosting Cam Newton and the majority of our players. And defensively, Jadeveon Clowney's up to a 94. Logan Ryan's up. And this team is looking pretty solid. It was looking even better last season, but I don't know. Madden is always crazy. Looks like we aren't going to make a Super Bowl run after we lose by 2 touchdowns to the Browns. That's pretty sad, but at least we're able to make the playoffs, and the goal was completed in the second season. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll keep making videos like this, and goodbye.